Hey everybody, welcome back to Touchy Reactions. I'm Ryan, this is my son Adam, and today we're going to be checking out OK Go's latest video for the song Love. You may wonder where's Cindy. Well, Adam actually has a particular set of skills that Cindy does not have that, from what I understand, is going to be very helpful for this video. Adam is how do I even say it? You're a student of robotics?
Robotics programming?
Yes, he's a robotics programmer. He has a very impressive job that I could never even begin to understand. But anyway, apparently this video has a bunch of robotics in it, and we're going to go ahead and check it out and have a perspective from someone who's in robotics give us a little bit of input about what we're seeing. Okay?
Cool.
Ready?
Yep.
OK Go is famous for doing a couple of things. They do really over-the-top music videos. They're normally all one-shots. They're going to film the whole video in one shot, so that'll be interesting to see how that's all choreographed, and we'll go from there. You ready?
Cool.
Here we go. Calm down over there. Here we go.
And 3, 2, 1, go. Robot. Music.
Wow.
Yeah, there's so much detail, so much going on in the background. I mean,
I didn't realize there would be that much with mirrors. I knew the robotics was in this, but the mirrors part of it's impressive as well.
yeah, I mean, you gotta imagine they're probably trying to do this whole thing practical with no special effects.
No, and that kaleidoscope thing a minute ago looked super special effectsy, but they just did it so perfectly that it looked amazing.
I feel like you could probably take any frame of this video and just like pause and try and
Figure out what it's doing.
well, that and just really dig into just a ton of things going on that are just way too fast to catch everything.
What are you seeing with the robotics? Anything special jumping out at you, or is it all just pre-programmed pretty much?
It is, yeah, which is fine. I mean, that's what you'd want to do. Robots, the whole benefit is repeatability and precision and timing.
So once it's all programmed, it's just up to the humans not to screw up their part.
Yeah.
You think all those mirrors were on robotic arms, making them do what they were doing?
Yeah, they probably just use like a suction cup or something on them.
Huh.
But it's really impressive. I don't know what brand of robots they chose for this, but I've never seen one.
Are they similar to the ones you work with?
Not even close.
Okay.
These ones are extremely slender robots.
You want to watch some more?
Yeah, let's watch some more.
All right, we're going to jump back in. Here we go.
It's love.
That part right there reminds me of another video they did where they were on an airplane. You've seen the planes where they call it the vomit comet, where they take it up and then they dive it and it makes you float.
Yeah.
They filled the plane full of like balls and stuff like that, so that when they were doing the dives, all those balls would bounce around.
That's crazy.
We might have to check that one out. Here we go.
just stresses me out
Which part?
because if you had robots doing all the tilting and stuff for you and all the camera angles, you could probably be very confident that
Oh, you don't like that they're doing some of the stuff practical?
all
with
of the
their hands?
human motions and like every precise little tilt of the mirrors and stuff. It's like, what if they just barely were off and they had to reshoot
Oh, they'd have
the
to start
whole
again?
thing? Like surely they practiced all of these stations hundreds of times
Yeah.
before going through this whole thing.
It looks like they're like in maybe a mansion or something. They got this whole rail system set up because they worked their way down the hallway and now they're coming back. Like,
yeah, it looks like one of those like Hogwarts type hallways out in the courtyard just by the ceilings that you can kind of see.
So your critique is that they use too much human control and not enough
Well,
robots?
it's not a critique. It's just that's
Risky?
honestly, I'm getting more shocked by what they trust the people to do in the
Oh.
video versus the robots. I'm not worried about if the robot's going to do the same pose every single
Spoken
time.
like a guy who programs robots to do things perfectly every time.
Well, I mean, I do.
All right, backing up a little bit. This shot was really cool.
Yeah.
We soar, we sail to the only song there's ever been. Love, the only song there's ever been. It's just begun. Love, the only song there's ever been. Place again. Love, the only song there's ever been. Never ends. Love.
Wow. What a cool shot. That is a very cool effect.
And against such staggering odds of anything, oh, that lonely poet chants, cold dance about the heart, and with such modest hands drew up plans, gave us all
I have to keep reminding myself all of this is practical because some of this looks CGI, that part right there. Sorry.
Oh, I just was agreeing with you. Yeah.
You don't seem very impressed.
I'm impressed. I just saw some robots that I'm more familiar with.
Where at?
Holding up the giant mirrors in a second.
Back here?
They're orange.
Oh, these ones here? You got to be one of the only people who wasn't looking at what was on the mirrors, was actually looking at what was behind the mirrors. I didn't even notice the orange robots at all.
I'm just trying to see everything they've got going
Yeah.
on to set up these shots. I mean, they're so creative with how they set all this stuff up. I never would have thought of half of this stuff.
So those big ones are more like what you've been using, Lee?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, those look more familiar.
Okay. What's the company, do you know?
I think it's ABB, if that's what these are.
Okay. I like the LEDs around the mirrors. That looks cool.
Yeah.
Nice. You could tell they did it many times. They're like, I think we got it, everybody.
Yeah. So much can go wrong in 4 minutes.
Right. How many times do you think they filmed that? I wonder if it's in the comments. Let me look.
I hope there's like a blooper reel somewhere.
Right. All right, here we go. I'm just going to finish it up because we only got 20 more seconds.
Hey, Meta, stop recording.
He said, hey, Meta, stop recording. I
Yeah.
did see him hit his goggles when he started, like to start recording,
Yeah, I bet you they probably recorded some POV shots like that if the...
for like the behind the scenes kind of thing.
Probably.
I hope maybe that video exists.
Yeah, especially if it's like a partnership with Ray-Bans and Meta.
Let me see what else is on their channel. Maybe they've got a little behind the scenes deal.
Yeah.
Oh, here it is. Let's watch it.
Shot on Ray-Ban.
Let's check it out.
Yeah.
Hey, real quick, if you're enjoying this video, hit that like button down below and the subscribe. And then, it'll make us feel good. Thank you.
Hey, I'm Damien from OK Go, and here are all the perspectives you didn't see in our music video for Love. While we were rehearsing and shooting, 11 members of our team took turns wearing Ray-Ban Meta AI glasses. So here it is from our perspective.
Robot. Music.
Wow. You got to also think about how the camera is on a track this entire thing,
Yeah.
too.
I'm trying to see where the orange robots are. Are they behind this
They're not
screen
in.
back here?
They're in the final room of the music video when it all opens up.
Because I thought they went down this hallway and then they came back up this hallway.
No, they do not.
Oh, okay.
They end.
In a different room?
Yeah.
So you're saying all these times that they're pulling panels and stuff away, if you had a robot there, maybe there's cost savings. They would have had a lot more robots there if they had to do all that.
Well, yeah. Still, though, I think that they probably wanted to give themselves a bit of a challenge. It seems like that's kind of their whole thing.
Yeah, they do like to make it not the easiest walk in the
I keep
park.
trying to look for, like, cues on the floor for where to stand or things like that to help the,
Oh, like
the
I got you.
performers
Be in the
out.
right. Now, on that shot where they did where the heads kept changing in the mirrors, that was really cool, and they must have had a mark on the ground for that. That was cool. Here we go. No rhyme or reason. Just start grabbing stuff and throwing it in there.
This must have been to bide for time down the track for other stuff they had to set up.
That makes a lot of sense because I still think that they went down the hallway and came back, and that's where the big robots were.
We'll see. I mean, the thing that probably impressed me the most was that tunnel shot where they were in like that kaleidoscope.
When he was
tunnel.
walking down it, yeah, I've seen a lot of kaleidoscope shots in my life, but never in the kaleidoscope.
Because where did the track go? Did the robot pass?
Maybe
the
it was
track?
handheld at that point. Maybe they handed it off.
Maybe.
Could be. This is that shot where their heads are swapping out here. And they all stand, put your feet exactly in these holes.
Yeah, wait a second.
What?
Trying to track the camera from that last shot where they were throwing stuff
Go ahead.
in the mirror. They picked it up off of the track with a
gimbal.
pole.
They got it on a
Yeah.
gimbal. Yeah, cool. They got it on a pulley. The track's gone because it's actually hanging on a pulley overhead.
Yeah.
And in this grand ballroom of nothingness, your hands so warm with something.
piece of cardboard. Look.
Yeah, they just put a mirror on it.
Huh.
We swirl and furl and music's invented again. In this grand ballroom of nothingness, we soar, we sail to the only song there's ever been. Love.
Yeah, there's a cameraman in there holding it.
You know what also I just noticed too?
What?
The stuff that's around the camera in this mirror shot right
Yeah.
here, the way that they close the cardboard around the camera, he opens a door that's a giant piece of cardboard with the camera hole cut out of it. And
Yeah.
that's like human sized. Like it upscales the door. When does it happen? Like right here? Okay, so down here they're closing the wall around the camera.
And in this grand ballroom of nothing.
So that mirror is actually two pieces
Yeah.
that come in like a scissor around that.
Yeah.
I can see the seam now. Didn't see it before.
Your hands so warm with somethingness. We swirl and furl and music's invented again. In this grand ballroom of nothingness, we soar, we sail to the only song there's ever been. Love, the only song there's ever been. It's just begun. Love.
Low budget, man. They just bought a bunch of pool toys. It's funny how they're high budget on one end with all these robotics, and on the other end it's just like pool noodles and toys. And
It works.
The only song there's ever
all right, I know you want to look at the robot. Those ones.
Yeah, those look like ABB robots. I'm not entirely sure. That might be another brand though.
They anchor those to the ground.
Yeah, they have to because they're so big.
Yeah. Okay.
the only song there's ever been. Place again. Love, the only song there's ever been. Never ends. And it gets such staggering odds of anything. That love.
I like how even in the behind the scenes, like in a part of the video, you're not even seeing. They're just running around in the kaleidoscope tunnel having fun.
Yeah, it seemed. Were they in there because they had to do something with him and then disappear into the background?
Maybe.
Let's see here. Maybe they were holding this thing here,
Oh yeah, they might have been there to
and then
like.
they had to go back down the kaleidoscope.
And it gets such staggering odds of anything. That lonely poet chance called dance built the home. And with such modest hands drew up plans, gave us all
Yeah, it was all one continuous shot down the hallway. They didn't back up at all.
Impressive. Let's watch this last 19 seconds and see if something goes on here. You know, all the room they had to put this next video thing, they could have put it off to one of the sides.
Yeah.
Making that a stop recording.
All right, very cool.
Yeah.
All right, well, appreciate you sitting in on this. Is there anything you want to say before we exit the video?
Well, I was gonna say, with all those robots, I wasn't terribly concerned with the smaller ones, with safety features and like disconnects for collisions with people. But typically larger robots like the ones at the
Industrial
end,
ones?
they have to be in a cage because you can't trust people around an automatic moving robot.
It might just swing and hit somebody.
Well, yeah, if you're not in the exact right spot.
I wonder if they put something on the ground saying don't go inside this circle or something like that.
Probably, but I mean, probably not. They might have just had somebody
Standing
manually. You have to have a dead man switch to have the robots move in a lot of cases. They could have had somebody watching for that, or had somebody watching an emergency stop button or something, but you talk about like however many times you have to rehearse this kind of thing.
If I gave you a bunch of robots, could you recreate this video?
I mean, eventually. Probably. I don't know. Probably that seems like a lot of crazy work to do.
It's the non-robotic part that would probably be the hardest to figure out how they did and put together, you know?
Yeah, definitely. From a strictly programming standpoint, I have no idea how many different programs they had to write for all the different stations with that thing.
When they're trying to get something to go to a specific location, is there a way to manually put it there and then lock it in the computer? Say, this is where I want it to be?
Yeah, there is. But it also has to do, I mean, a lot of those robots were stationary with the bases, so yeah, that would be fine. If the robot was moving, though, you couldn't do that. You would have to also teach the robot where it is in space.
You'd have to have some location things in the room.
Yeah.
Huh. All right. Well, this was a little different than what we normally do. I hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. If you did, hit that like button down below. It doesn't cost you anything. It makes us feel good when people like our videos over here on the channel. Adam, thank you for coming over and checking this out. We call Adam our fireball because he's got so much energy and happiness all the time, as you can tell.
It's true.
He gets it from his mother, I'm sure. But I really appreciate you coming and sharing your knowledge, because you probably were able to see a lot of things that we couldn't see on there. So that was very cool. If you guys haven't already subscribed to Touchy Reactions, hit that subscribe button down below, and then hit that bell off to the side. That'll let you know anytime we drop some new content over here on the channel. We also have a Patreon. There's a link up in the corner and down below in the description. Shout out to our patrons. We love you guys. Thank you for all the support. You're killing it, son.
I am.
All right, that's it for this video. Adam, thank you again. I know you had a lot going on tonight. Appreciate you giving us the time. For anybody who stuck around here to the very end of the video, we appreciate you stopping by, and don't forget to come on back. If you enjoyed that video, the YouTube algorithm that knows everything else that you like thinks that you'll like this video right here, so come check it out.